Hello everyone, Namaste. I am Krishna Adhikari and I am going to introduce you the peace principles in my presentation to you today. When I am talking about these peace principles, these are neither my idea nor the product of any human efforts or library research or academic invention. These principles were directly revealed to our founder of peace movement, Father and Mother Moon, through the Almighty Creator of this universe. So I welcome you all to listen this presentation carefully and enjoy this great idea of our Father and Mother Moon. So before I tell you about the peace principles, let's look at this universe. Everything is governed by the principles. Nothing can exist without principles. If you look at constructing a building, we need the architectural engineering principles. Without that principles, you cannot build the building. If you talk about constructing a bridges, you cannot build any bridge without applying the principles of civil engineering. If you don't apply it, the bridge will collapse. Similarly, the human being dreamed of flying. They saw the birds flying, but until when they could not fly? Until and unless the principle of aerodynamics was discovered and applied, human being could not fly. Who was the person who first discovered and applied these principles of aerodynamics? They were the Wright brothers, and they did it in 1903. In a similar way, we won't be able to establish peace or achieve peace in our life unless and until the principles of peace are discovered and applied. So when we look at the whole human history, the struggles, the war, the battles we fought are for finding those principles that can help us to achieve peace in our lives and in the whole world. But unfortunately, when you look at this universe, there are so many principles discovered by so many people. What Hinduism says? Ekam sat bahuda vipravadanti. The truth is one, but the wisest perceive it differently. So here comes the point. The truth is one. Only the expression and the explanation from different people, different communities, in different cultures has become different. But Hinduism clearly tells there is only one truth, which in Hinduism we call Sanatana Dharma. Saswat Satya, the eternal truth. These eternal truth are absolute principles. So we haven't been able to yet understand those absolute principles which are absolutely necessary to be applied to achieve peace. And these absolute principles are at the same time principles of peace. So what is the absolute truth? The absolute truth is that everyone is struggling to achieve happiness and avoid misfortune in their life. Everyone wants to achieve without the exceptions. Without an exception, everyone is struggling to achieve peace, joy, happiness, and avoid misfortune in their life. And how we can achieve joy and happiness? The question, it comes to us when our desires are fulfilled. But the problem is that the nature of our desire is not always good. We can feel lasting joy and happiness only when we fulfill the good desire. Because at the present circumstances when we are living, when we look at the nature of the desire is always not good. So look at this, our condition of human being. We have both good and evil desire in our mind. Good desire motivates us to do good deeds, and evil desire is pushing us to do the evil deeds. And when at the same time we look at the deeds of our life, when we do the evil deeds, we may be happy for a moment, temporarily, but we can't be happy for a long time. These are the temporary happiness, temporary satisfaction we gain. But at the same time, on the other side, when we do any good deed, we feel happiness eternally. This brings us lasting happiness. So when living in such contradictory situations of having both good and evil desire within us, we find in a position of having no value. This is a contradictory position we are living. So we should be able to achieve our perfect joy and happiness when we fully fulfill the original desire of our mind. The original desire. Look at the example. Any evil deed we do, our original heart knows. And when we do that, we happen to feel maybe temporarily little maybe satisfaction, but it brings the pain and regret in our heart at the long run. So to overcome this contradiction and achieve eternal happiness, there have come two types of knowledges. One, based on our external situations, we wanted to know and have achieved the external knowledge that we pursued through the means of science, knowing even the functions of our own body, knowing our own human body, knowing the whole universe, having the knowledge and understanding of how everything in the universe is functioning is through the means of science we are trying. In the same way, another type of knowledge we are trying to achieve, trying to gain, are the internal knowledge. To overcome the internal ignorance, we have applied the means of religion. We have followed the path of religion. We have actually developed the path of religion, philosophy, and ideologies that guides us to know the internal reality, the internal truth, and internal knowledge. So these two types of knowledge, if we are able to achieve and understand, then we will be able to achieve our eternal happiness in our heart. But when we look at our world today, the reality is that science and religion both are in their own way, not supporting each other. Religion is, frankly, until medieval age, the scientists were opposed by the religious establishment, and the religious people opposed the scientific inventions and the development. And even at present, we find religion and science in their own way. So if we are able to achieve peace and eternal happiness in our hearts, we need to know the both knowledge through the means of religion and science, and should be able to have unity of religion and science. That's why even Albert Einstein said, religion without science is blind. Science without religion is crippled. Our founder, Father and Mother Moon, tells us that at some point of human history, even though religion and science seemingly look irreconcilable and contradictory, at some point of human history, there should come an idea and the truth, the expression, the new expression of truth, which should help the religion and science unite to guide human being to overcome their ignorance. That's why the mission of the new truth that is to be revealed at some point of human history should be the principles that helps human being to overcome their internal and external ignorance and achieve the eternal satisfaction and happiness in their heart and in their mind, and which should be the principles of peace. So this new truth to be discovered should be able to unify the religion and science, ideologies and philosophies, and should make this world like a Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, one world, one family. So this new truth discovered by Father and Mother Moon are described in more than 1200 volumes of their speeches, and primarily in their book of the divine principles. So these universal truth that they have discovered and revealed to humanity of this century are called the peace principles. And these peace principles we will teach you in 3 different parts. First part will be the parts of ideal, where we will learn how originally this world should have been and human life and human world should have been. And the second part will be what went wrong. What is that cause that caused humanity to have this sick world with us? Why there is so much of problem, unrest and asanti in this world? So we will discuss the cause of the reality of our world today in the second part. And in the third part, we will explain you, we will teach you the solution. How can we now find the solutions of this reality of our world today and achieve that ideals which could not be possible at the beginning of this universe. So our founder has established a movement which we call unification or peace movement, and because of that movement today we are able to gather and learn these peace principles. I hope you will enjoy learning these principles and gain the knowledge that can benefit your life to achieve peace individually, in your family, society, and in our nation and the whole world. Thank you, and I wish you all the very best.